Yeah, I got your physical copy. I can see the names on the back of the jersey.
It is going to be tough sledding. Oh, pardon me, technical difficulties on my part. I'll raise my hand in class there. I had to get the mic switched on. But anyway, let's try that once again. This is Freddie Flowers, the voice of Boxing Media, coming to you from Fairfield, Alabama, with another NDFL contest. The Force they're taking on the Alabama Knights. This ought to be a good one. We're about to have kickoff in just a minute. The Force are sitting at 3-1. The Knights at 2-1. This is going to be a whale of a contest. Both teams are ready, and there's the kickoff, as you see. And they squib it, trying to do an onside. Not sure if it went far enough. And it did. It made it. And, of course, the Knights coach having a bit of a cow because he wasn't sure that it made it. The Force recovering the onside kick. And all it has to do is go 10 yards, and that thing is live, and they caught the Knights sleep at the wheel. So here we go. Now, Cody Cooper has been playing some quarterback prior for the Force. He usually is. Number 4 goes into motion to hand off to number 42, and 0 right. He gets in there in a hurry. Number 42, Sean Pollock, looking at the roster, and he looks for some room up the middle. This time, number 8 of the Knights brings them down. So the Forest keeping it on the ground. There's a quick out. And Louis with the reception. So they're doing things just a little bit different this week as well. Chris Calhoun in shotgun formation for the Force. So this is going to be interesting to see how they do this. Was not expecting this today. Nick Christian on the tackle, the first one, and then Demarius Christian on the second one for the Knights. The ball was at the 44-yard line in Knights territory. And now Louis under center, he hands it off. Christian with the stop. McKenzie, number 22, is the ball carrier. He goes by the nickname of Ram. His middle initial is A, so you can put that together right there and figure out how that happened. So it's a first down for the Force. Ball at the 43-yard line, inside territory for the Knights. And there goes McKenzie once again, following his blockers and driving his feet. Number 12 on the stop. And that's almost another first down. They're going to be a couple of yards short as they get inside to the 34-yard line. Does the Force. Clack with the reception. Number 34 and number 32 bring him down out of bounds. And we got an equipment check, it looks like, on field. And it's offsides. And that's going to be declined. So the sticks will move. Ball goes to the 30-yard line. And it's another first down for the Force. And the Knights are going to take a timeout, it looks like, to discuss how this thing is opening up. So we'll be right back in just a few. Force coming out with some good yards to start. We're glad that you're here with us and joining us on all the social medias, YouTube and Facebook. Might find that link on X. Make sure you tell family and friends to check it out. That pass is going to fall incomplete, and it'll be second down for the Force. Ball is at the 30-yard line. And the Knights, obviously, you know, when the Force coming out, getting the onside kick and driving it down the field, you know, momentum comes into play. And that's the last thing you want to do is give your opponent momentum. So a timeout usually works, and there goes McKenzie once again carrying the ball, tries to cut it back inside on the counter. Number 25 will get credit for that stop. And for you fans out there, I did not get a roster pre-game for the night, so we will do the best we can with what we got. And that pass is up in the air, and that is going to fall incomplete. The pass by Calhoun thrown into excellent coverage. All they could do was fight for the ball, and it was fair game at that point. So that'll bring up fourth down. Ball's at the 28-yard line. Too far to try a field goal, but too shallow to punt, so we'll see what the force does here. Number 14 of the Knights. Getting his team set. 8 yards needed for the first, and there's some movement up front, resulting in a flag. We'll see what happens here. And it's offsides against the Knights, and that's the last thing you want to do. I mean, it was fourth down and about 8 yards, so it was going to be tough sledding, but now you have a manageable, if you want to call it that, 4th and 2, and the ball goes to the 22-yard line. McKenzie in the backfield. This could be a huge mistake, and they do give it to McKenzie. He cuts it back inside, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a foot. Number of Knights defenders in on that stop. Number 33, Marco Luno, lurking about out over there to get the ball turned over on downs. And that drive stalls out for the force just shy of the 20-yard line. Probably needed about 6 inches to move the chains. So a bit of a heartbreaker there. So we've got 9:57 remaining in the first quarter of play. Knights on offense. And the Knights are going to have to take a timeout. And I believe that's their second one. And that's pretty early in the contest. They've burned 2 timeouts before the half. And Coach wants to have a talk with them. We'll be right back. All right, Sively at center. Jalen Evans at the quarterback position. Pistol formation out of shotgun. He tries to get rid of it, but has to pull it back down. And he's going to be under pressure as number 33, Trey Hayes, finds his way into the backfield. And loses about a yard on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 11. Number 13, the ball carrier. That's Tadarius Owens. And he's going to go down quickly. Not sure if the turf got more credit on that than the defense of the force. Nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd down. And the Force showing blitz, and here they come. And 0 back there. Thomas Sims bringing pressure to Evans. And that's going to result in a 4th down. And number 33, Maul, coming onto the field. And that's more of a nickname, as that is Marco Antonio Luno. But we will call him Maul, M-A-A-L, for the rest of the contest. That's what's on the back of his jersey, and that's what you'll see. The Knights wearing the black with the purple numbers. The Force wearing the purple jerseys with the black numbers. And we have a flag on the field. And so we've got a delay against the Knights. So the ball comes back to the 14. Darius Owens having a quick chat. And surely to goodness, no! And the Force are all over that one. And they're going to call the play dead right around the 2. And you have an offside call against the Force. So the Knights will have another opportunity to get this thing away. Ball goes back to the 19-yard line. So let's see what happens here. Bit of a high snap, still can't get it away. And I believe that was number 28 of the Force, Lou Warren, getting a piece of the action. And the Knights not even able to get the punt off. But, you know, better that the ball stays at the 9 versus the 2. You want to force your opponent to do a little more work if you can. So we're going to see what the Force does this time. McKenzie in the backfield. Calhoun stays at quarterback. Louis out in the slot. And the Force getting some tough yardage. Number 14 will get credit for that stop. McKenzie cuts it back inside and is trying to drag the defense in the end zone, but no dice. Got the 2 plain jerseys getting the work done for the Knights. Force threatening with the ball at goal to go. Here's a snap to give to McKenzie, and he is going to fight his way into the end zone. At least it appeared so. Did they stand him up? Yep, that's the case. I thought he got in there. There's a flag on the field. It's offsides. But it is a touchdown, so it is confirmed. So the penalty had us sitting back there thinking for a second what might be going on, and this one went against the Knights, so the touchdown will stand. And the Force is going to try for the PAT, number 19, Chris Calhoun. Back to do it, and it's good. And I stand correct. It looks like we got a couple of 19s out there for the Force, one of them being Chris Calhoun. If I can, I'll make out the name on the back of that jersey. And that is Young. And we've seen him kick before. That is Bronson Young. And we've covered enough Force games that I should know that. So, we'll say that one's on me. Bronson Young getting ready to set it down at the 35 to kick it off. It's about 87 degrees right now, and there is a breeze going on. And you know that turf is a boiling pot, if you will, as the sun is just about dead over the top of it. About 6:18 remaining in the first quarter. And there's Young's kick, and it's a line drive. And it's going to take a hop to the 15 before it's picked up. I believe that's Jackson on the return. And that is exactly right, number 16. Returning it for the Knights. So the Knights have the ball. It is going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. And one of the key things about the Force is their defense. Throughout the years, that has been their trademark. And we have a sideline warning. The Force's defense over time, as I was saying, has been their kind of their hallmark. Their defense tends to set up their offense because they keep their opponent's offense off the field and provide more offensive opportunities for the Force, if you will. And something to keep an eye on is look at the size of the rosters on the sidelines there. The number of subs. Conditioning can and I believe will come into play. There's some motion up front. Number 14, Nixon. I think that's Mixon that moved, and that's the false start call. That is correct. So the ball goes back to the 25. It'll be 1st and 15. And when you see things like that, that is a testament to knowing what the Force can do. Number 13, the ball carrier. And that is Owens for the Knights. He'll be brought down by number 15, Bernard Smith of the Force. Gains a yard. It'll be 2nd and 14. Another flag on the field. That's another false start. So with that penalty, it'll be 2nd and 19. The ball will go to the 21-yard line. And the Knights have got to settle down. They're going to find themselves in a really rough position. I mean, they're in a rough position now with it being 3rd and 19. Definitely a passing situation. They're going to keep it on the ground. Owen, ball carrier. Not going to get much out of that. – 24-yard line. Okay, so now it is 3rd down. I was correct the first time. So it is 3rd and 16. Definitely a passing situation. Looks like they're going to... Evans trying to find some time and not going to have any. Coming up out of the bottom of the pile for the force is Max Square. And that's going to bring up 4th down and another punting situation for the Knights. And one of the things I want you guys to keep an eye on, as I mentioned earlier, looking at the sidelines and the depth of the rosters available for the contest, you see the substitutions in and out for the force. And that's going to help keep them fresh throughout the game. They get it up. It goes up pretty high, but pretty straight. And takes a bounce for the Knights, and Force gets their hands on it. Got to be careful with that. Number 21 for the Force, able to get on it. That is Rashad Clark. And usually you want to play, treat that thing like it's a nuclear bomb. You want to stay as far away from that thing as possible, because you get your hands on it and someone lays a lick on you, you don't get control of it. It is live and can go back into your opponent's hands. I'm sure the coaches will have a chit-chat about that one. So the ball is at the 32-yard line in Knights territory. Punt had the height, but it did not have the depth. So excellent field position for the Force. There's a flag on the field. Delay of game against the Force. And these teams will need to clean it up or it'll be a long afternoon. That pass is complete over the middle. Nice work. And that is number 18 getting the grab. And they're going to keep the tempo up as the ball gets to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go. Watch this right here. Right over the middle. Tay Hayes in the receiving position. Very nice work. And there's a whistle on the field. Okay, the officials have that one cleaned up, so here we go. Step into the end. That's going to be a touchdown for the Force. The quick release from Calhoun to Louis. And number 61 doing the worm in celebration. So watch this right here. Calhoun looks immediately to his right, and Louis right there to get it. and tiptoes on into the end zone, and then Chris McCarroll immediately proceeds to do the worm, and you'll see that in just a second. There it is right there. So Bronson Young back out there for the PAT. Young has it up, and he has it through the goalposts. So the Force collect the change after cashing the touchdown check. And it is 14-0 for the Force. So the Force have come out and offensively have found their rhythm, their defense doing what it does. And looks like we're going to see a lot more of that. Now, one of the things I said earlier, and I believe it's starting to show, you see the body language of the Knights, you know, the hands on the hips, things like that. That's kind of a sign. And when you're down 14-0, it is hot out there. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so Bronson Young has the ball set. We're going to take it right back to the field. And we have a look at the Force sideline right there. And you see those guys down there on the sideline. They are trying to hydrate. I'll let you guys guess which one's the kicking leg. That one takes a hop. Runs into his own man. Cuts it back inside. Number 11 on the return. Trying to find some place to go. Number 28 of the Force will get credit for the stop. Number 11, Jamarius Chandler on the return. Number 28, Lou Warren with the stop for the Force. So that ball is going to be spotted right between the 31 and the 30-yard line. And the Knights are going to be looking to do something with 2:22 remaining in the first quarter of play. Force, number 32, I believe that is. Looking back, Rashad Parrish. Trying to get some things checked out, and it looks like we got a timeout on the field by the Knights. And I believe that was their third timeout, so they're going to be fresh out for the rest of the half. We'll be right back. Thank you for hanging in there with us. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. Facebook, YouTube, all the social medias. Tell family and friends. We'll be right back. All right, we are back after the timeout. The Knights trying to get it figured out. They have had no answer for the Force defense, who has been living in their backfield pretty much since the start of the contest. And once again, the Force get good penetration, and they get back to the line of scrimmage as a host of Force defenders stop the ball carrier. And that is Owens, number 13. So it is Lost a little bit of close to a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 11. This time they get the pass off, but the force right there, and result is going to be another loss of yards. This time, number 11, Jamarius Chandler, gets the grab as the ball gets pushed back to the 27-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Knights. Force defense having their way, and once again, the quarterback finds himself under pressure. Number 16 with the reception. But right there, Johnny on the spot for the Force. Number 13, Harris. So number 15, Smith, comes into the game. Number 16, Jackson, was swallowed up immediately after the catch. It only gets a yard. So it'll be a 4th and 13 from the 28-yard line. This time, there's a flag on the field. Chandler was set to punt, but that penalty is going to be declined. And there's another whistle. And that is the end of the first quarter. The Force lead 4-0. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We're bringing you great NDFL action on a lovely Saturday afternoon, coming to you from Fairfield, Alabama. It's the Force versus the Knights. Check it out on YouTube, Facebook. Ring that bell, hit that like button, and we're going to take a break and be right back. All right, fans, we are back now. They're getting ready to punt, and I tell you, they have had a hard time the Knights trying to get a punt off. They get this one away. And that's in and out of the hands. Don't know if he touched it, but nonetheless, number 21 has it for the Force, and he takes off and runs over number 15. Smith, but Smith brings him down nonetheless. Now, we did have a player that just arrived for the Knights. Could not make out who that was. But maybe he can help make a difference. DeForest has the ball. And it is spotted at the 45-yard line inside their territory. Forest leading 14-0. Number 61, Chris McCarroll at center. Number 19, Chris Calhoun at the QB spot. I wouldn't want to try to tackle him either. That's a healthy quarterback. Got another whistle. What do we got here? Delay of game against the Force. And fans, do you mind if I say this? If you want to get these guys a gift, get them a Timex watch. We have had a number of delay of game penalties thus far in the contest. You've got to be conscious of the clock. So let's go back to the field today if I've gotten this sorted out. Snaps a bit low, fakes the handoff, puts it in the air, and pass is complete to number 5, and that is Clack. Mazola Clack giving the goodbye wave. And let's look replay right here. Calhoun fakes the handoff to Dunklin, puts it up. A nice timing route. It is on time all day. Splits the coverage, and Clack waves bye-bye. And the Force tack on to their lead an additional 6 points. So Bronson Young coming back out to split the uprights on the opposite end of the field. Let's see what happens. And a snap gets away. There's a flag on the field. Number 83, Jacob Borden. Let it get through his hands, and I don't care if there's a penalty or not. You better be paying attention. So it's offsides against the Knights, so this is going to help out the Force. But I want to remind everybody, even if a snap is bad, if you're the holder or the kicker, you better get on top of that thing because you don't know what's going on that front end and if it's going to work out in your favor. So Borden to hold and Young to kick. He gets it down, and there's a flag. But let's see what happens here. The kick was no good. Offsides against the Knights once again. And that ball goes to the 5-yard line as a result of those penalties. So on the first one, you have a bad snap. On the second one, it is wide right. And now you have given Young a third opportunity as if it's baseball. And there's a flag. So it's a free play. And they're just going to toss it. So watch this. Apparently, there's a jump on the ball, and everybody finally wakes up to what's going on. It's a free play, and the catch by Sims is good. So now it'll be 22-0 as they get the 2-point conversion by accident. Definitely not intentional. Nine, I believe, remaining in the first half of play. And it has pretty much been all force in a penalty-laden game. But the Knights have got to get it figured out defensively, or this afternoon is going to get real long, real fast. The Knights sitting at 2-1. One of those games via forfeit. And now we've got some infighting on the sideline of the Knights, and you know sometimes that'll happen when you see scores like this. Nice return by the Knights. Bird with the stop. Number 16, Jackson, with a very nice return for the Knights. Puts them in very good field position with the ball going to the 37-yard line. So you got about 9:11 remaining in the first half. Pardon me, 14:11. That sun is shining all over that clock. We didn't lose 5 minutes all of a sudden, fans. So Evans has not had room to breathe the entire game, and there's another delay of game, and this time against the Knights. Evans able to get it away over the middle. Number 13 will get credit for that stop. Chandler, number 11, with the grab. Torrey Harris getting the tackle after a gain of 7. Evans looking for somewhere to go before running into a sea of purple jerseys. Simmons at the heart of that stop, number 23. Loss of yardage on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10. Ball at the 37-yard line. The Knights trying to find that spark on offense. So they're going to go for a wide shotgun formation. Evans has to get rid of it quick. And number 13 just goes down in the face of Thomas Sims. And I don't know what to make of that there, but nonetheless, it's 4th down. And there has just been absolutely nothing that the Knights have been able to do with the force defense. Owens, whenever he has had the ball and tried to run it, has had nowhere to go. Force making a quick swap as 21 comes out And number 2, Fred Bowers, comes in. And there's a high snap. It takes a bounce. And is going to be down number 14 for the Knights. Gets on top of it. And so we'll be down to around the 49-yard line. Mixon. And that's going to go to the 49-yard line. Inside of. So jumps the fence, known as the 50-yard line, if you will. $11:40 remaining in the first half. And the Force, I wouldn't be surprised they just start chewing up clock at this point and just running the ball, but we'll see. Number 2 on the toss. He will get to the 41-yard line, it appears. Bowers with the carry. And that'll bring up 2nd and 1. Force going 3 wide to the right. There's a handoff once again. This time, number 24, Ty Dunklin, puts his head down, and he'll get inside the 30-yard line. And let's see where they down him at. Let's watch Ty Dunklin here. That is number 24, and he is a workhorse for the Force. And he runs right there off tackle and starts to accelerate, breaks the tackle, and lowers that shoulder. Look at that right there. He gets to the 27-yard line. It's a fresh set of downs for the Force. Dunklin hanging out in the backfield. Number 2 goes to motion, fakes the toss. There it is, and it was intended for number 7, Matt Square. And that play had everything right going for it, except for the fact that it was slightly overthrown. And looks like had a penalty on the field. Let's see. Okay, so there was no flag. Square with a little bit more of acceleration, he would have had that one. This time, number 2 racing down the sideline and dives for the 15-yard line. Fred Bowers with the grab from Calhoun. And the Force using the short and intermediate throws. Doesn't get it down, so the clock should continue to run. And like I said, the Force not in any particular hurry. They do need to watch the clock and avoid the delay of game penalties, however. Calhoun puts it up. It's complete. Number 20 will get credit for that stop. Oh, that's RJ. I think that was Square that got that one. Lost him in the sunlight. And the Force are going to take a timeout with 8:50 remaining in the first half of play. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We thank you for hanging out with us on a lovely Saturday afternoon, coming to you from Fairfield, Alabama, checking out NDFL action between the Force and the Alabama Knights. Make sure you hit that like button and ring that bell. Tell your family and friends to check us out via all the social medias. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. It's 1st and goal to go. Once again, the force is threatening. And this time, a 0 is going to step into the corner of the end zone. Thomas Sims. Everybody getting in on the action for the force. Watch this here. Direct snap, and he just takes off to his left. Too little, too late. And the force now lead 28-0. So Borden comes back out to hold. Young back out to kick. The last time he had 3 opportunities. And on the 3rd opportunity, they scored 2. Well, let's see what's going to happen this time. Because, you know, we are watching football, not baseball. He's not supposed to get 3 tries at it. Flag on the field. Illegal substitution. And the force out there doing the math. I think we all know that the number you're supposed to have out there is 11. So the ball goes back to the 20-yard line. The actual point of the kick will be the 27. And I believe they may have gotten a piece of that. And that ball is live. So let's see what happens. Let's see. He's still going. Number 16 wisely advances the ball. I believe that's Jackson. So I guess if you got to get a point back, that's the way to do it for the Knights. So the score stays at 28-0. Nice work by the Knights special teams to keep that thing from going through the goalpost, or even worse still, resulting in a 2-point conversion. There's a flag on the field, and there's some discussion going on. We'll see what that call is going to result in. Head coach of the force wanting to see what's going on. So it looks like we got an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Knights. And that penalty looks to have been declined. So it will be, well, hold on. They are going to kick it from the 50. And Young has enough leg to kick it through the end zone from this point. We'll see what he does. And let's see what's going on here. I got a player strapping up his helmet. And that one's going to go through the end zone, just as I predicted. Force is feeling it. And there's some jaw-jacking going on, and things are getting lively down there. And there's the flag. Let's go to the on-the-field camera. And the trash talking going on McKenzie trying to call his team back to the sideline and tell them to get out of there. And now's the time. Now is not the time to, I don't care what side you're on, but as far as the force is concerned, no need to get into a jaw-jacking contest. You're leading 28-0, and even if they say something to you, you just walk away. They're down 28-0. They're probably going to say something. So the ball is sitting at the 40-yard line. So good field position to start this drive. 8:47, I believe, remaining in the first half of play. And they're going to go 4 wide, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. And another delay of game. They're talking about all these tariffs. I hope there aren't tariffs on watches because they're clocks or sundials, whatever you want to call it. They need something here to stay on time getting these plays off. And nothing happening right there for number 28. There's just nowhere to go. I believe that may be Williams, number 28, as the ball carrier. And see, we having some more discussion going on the field there. Right now, the ball would be spotted at the 28, if nothing else. So we'll see what happens here. Not sure if a player took off his helmet. I may have missed that. Personal foul, and that is against the Knights. And given how everything has gone today, that ball goes all the way back to the 14-yard line. So it is 2nd and 36. Second and 36 for the Knights. Ball at the 14. Some would like to call that second and an eternity. And the force, you better believe they're going to blitz. I mean, look at that. Look at how they got it set up right there. This is where you start smelling safeties. There's a flag on the field. Number 1 has to get rid of it in a hurry. Evans can't hold on to that. So they're trying to get the chains reset. Now, I missed something earlier following the chains, but either way, it's first down.
There was a holding call of the defense.
So you had a holding call against the defense.
Automatic first down.
So it's an automatic first down. Number 9, Robertson, at the nose for the force. And just like that, that holding call makes life a whole lot easier for the Knights, in a sense, if you will. But it is 2nd and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line. Evans can't find time. Rolls around to his right before he's eventually brought down by number 28. There is a flag on the field. Lou Warren with the stop. Looks like it may have holding. So it's offsides. That is declined. It'll be 2nd and 1. Ball at the 33-yard line. And let's see if the Knights can put together a sustained drive. They've been getting help because of the penalty. Evans trying to find room. Does not. Here comes Robertson. And the ball is loose. Let's see. And they're going to say he was down. They're going to whistle him on progress. Robertson along with number 28, Lou Warren, and number 15, Bernard Smith, all in there. So let's see right there. And they're going to give them the whistle on progress. And they can thank their lucky stars that the whistle blew when it did, because that ball was coming out. So the ball right there at the 21-yard line. Evans looking for somebody. Has, what a hit! Number 6. Right there, William Elam right there. I believe that was Chandler that got upended at the 26-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. Knights need that 8 yards. Not sure if they're going to get it the way the force defense has been playing. 4:20 remaining in the first half. And, of course, the force shows blitz. Number 8 on return. Cuts it back. Cuts it back inside before he's caught up with. Mason on the return. Number 8 for the Knights. And that is Christian. Yeah, we've got some more discussion by the officials. A very sloppy game from a penalty standpoint by both squads. And I'm not afraid to say it. It's a good thing the officials have two arms because one of them has got to be tired by now. So with the return, the ball goes to the 37-yard line inside Knights territory. Pass is complete to number 18, and he's going to go out of bounds. Number 25, dragging him out. Tay Hayes with the grab. Number 25 for the Knights will get credit for that stop, but wait a minute, hold your horses. As that one comes back. And an eligible man downfield. So the ball will go to the 42-yard line in the wrong direction for the Force as a result of the penalty. And it'll be first and 15. And number 43 with some nifty moves inside before running into a number of Knights defenders. Number 43 running the ball is Jalen Hill. He's getting to see some time. Nice gain on the play. And a pass in and out of the hands of Hayes. So the Force at this point, they're rotating players in and out. And Calhoun puts that one right on the money. However, he may have well thrown a loose bag of quarters because they all fell through the receiver's hands and hit the turf. .213 remaining in the first half. And it has been a long first half due to the penalties in this game. And it's a delay of game as the ball goes to the 35-yard line. And what was a third and relatively short is now a 3rd and 8. Calhoun with a low throw. Number 1 tries to tiptoe his way towards a first down. Let's see. Name. And see if he made it. And we got more scrums in the middle of the field as the flag is on the ground. And number 43 is upset for the Knights. So we'll see ultimately what we're – okay, we have unsportsmanlike conduct. And even in the worst of times, you got to keep your head cool, or try to. So the Force will have a fresh set of downs. Ball goes to the 13-yard line, as if they needed that help. 1:23 remaining in the first half. And we thank y'all for hanging in there with us. It's been a long first half. Calhoun puts it up. There's the flag. Offsides against the Knights. So now the ball sits what I like to call north of the 7. That would be between the 7 and 8 yard line. And there's another flag. False start. So they give it right back. Fans, I'm about to name the MVP of the game, and it is the officials, because they have put in more work. Number 33, Maul, at the heart of that stop. The big man is the ball carrier. That is Justin Ellis. And the Force is going to take a timeout with about, no, I think that's 19 seconds on the clock. 14 seconds. So 14 seconds on the clock. We'll be right back. All right, we are back after the Force took a timeout with 14 seconds remaining on the clock. They are up 28-0 over the Knights in a penalty-filled contest. There it is on the fade route, and that one is bobbled and dropped. Darren Clark, the intended receiver, 6 seconds remain. And looks like we're going to have to take an injury timeout, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. They're going to attempt a field goal. Bronson Young out there to put in the work. Darren Clark on the last play while attempting to catch the ball, went down hard onto the asphalt section around the field. But he is okay, was able to come off under his own power. And another bad snap. And it looks like there's 1 second. Nope, there it is. That is going to do it for the first half, by all accounts. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're not quite done. Okay, it is halftime. So the Force leading the Knights 28-0 at the half. All right. If I had to sum up the first half, I would have to liken it to a Vegas trip where that one arm kept swinging and swinging and swinging, but the difference was that there was a yellow flag on the end of it. Both of these teams, and this is not an officiating thing, fans, I'm going to tell you straight up, both of these teams have got to clean up their act. If they don't do that, for the Force, you're leading 28-0. Maybe it comes back to haunt you in the second half. For the Knights, you have to figure out how to keep a cool head when you find yourself down like this. But that being said, there has been no answer by the Knights for the Force's defense. And as far as the Force's offense is concerned, they're clicking on all cylinders. Short, intermediate routes, tough running. They're doing the things that they need to do. So what does the second half look like? We'll have to wait and see, as right now the Force has had 2 special team series that didn't go right. These are things they need to clean up as well. But nonetheless, it's 28-0. Force is leading. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We're glad you're here with us on a lovely Saturday afternoon, the day before Easter. Check us out on Facebook. Hit that like button on YouTube. Ring that bell. We appreciate you. Make sure you tell all your family and friends about great NDFL football action. We'll be right back. About to be back with the second half of play. Force leading 28-0. First half, well, it was a first half. Despite the Force having offensive success, there's a lot of errors and mistakes by both teams that need to be cleaned up. So we'll see what the second half brings as they get ready for the kickoff. Oh. I'm sitting here looking at the field. They're getting ready to kick it off. And my producers, and we've got a great one in Sandra. I got to give her shout out. She puts up with a lot out of me. But, well, we hope to see the second half end better than the first. Now, of course, the Force are trying to get the score at the end of the first half, knowing they were going to receive. So there's the whistle. So we're going to take it to the field. Maul, number 33, getting ready to kick it off. Number 43 back deep for the Force. That's Jalen Hill. He's back there with number 47, Chris Page. And number 43 is on return, and there we go. I'm not sure if he got him by his hair or what, but it has gotten lively once again. And he went down hard. And at least there's some laughter down on the field. We're glad to see that. Now, fun fact, and a lot of people don't realize this, they get your hair, and it ain't illegal. So, but that is what it is. The Force is on the left side of your screen. Remember, they're wearing the purple jersey with the black numbers. Gold outline. The Knights wearing black jerseys with the purple numbers and the gold outline. Big number 3, Justin Ellis in the backfield. Number 19, Calhoun at quarterback. Shotgun, there he goes. Louis sweeps around in motion. And here comes Big Ellis. And I mean, he goes bowling. Crack, crack, crack. And he gets the strike all the way down to the 36-yard line. Make that the 35. And I'm telling you that, you do not, I've seen for an error. Obviously, they're glad they got him down, but they weren't happy doing it in the process. The fake to Ellis, the pass to Louis. Louis is going to go out of bounds. And that'll be right at the 27-yard line. As the chains keep moving for the Force like they did in the first half. This time it's going to be 2nd and 2. As I stated, ball at the 27. There's Calhoun's pass. That was going to fall incomplete. The intended receiver, number 5, Bajon Clack. Number 17 in coverage and had good coverage at that. And that is Purdue for the Knights. Not letting Clack get away from him. Louis in motion. Here's the give to Ellis. Ellis following his blockers. I mean, look at this. Number of black jerseys there to bring him down. This time he gets to the 10, and it's going to be 1st and goal to go for the Force. And Ellis, I tend to call him a battering ram, and that's exactly how they're using him. And right now he is just abusing the front 7 of the Knights. So Louis in motion once again. There's the fake. There's the toss. And that one is picked off. And I had been saying Purdue was in the right place when he had Clack covered, and he was in the right place there. Let's watch this here. This is a case of overconfidence right here. Number 17 keeping an eye on Clack. Drifts over. And Purdue gets the pick inside the end zone. And the Knights will take over at the 20-yard line. Calhoun a bit overconfident. And that one cost the Force as they were threatening with goal to go. So let's see if the Knights can build some momentum after a rough first half. Jalen Evans has had a rough go of it. And he keeps it, tries to find some room up the middle before number 33 brings him down, and that's Trey Hayes. Five-yard gain, 2nd and 5, ball at the 30-yard line. Evans gets rid of it quick. Number 37 there to grab Chandler. Number 37 is Terry Green of the Force. Loss of 5 yards on the play. Sends the ball back to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Knights. Evans has not have time. And guess who comes up behind? That is number 28, Lou Warren, for the force. And the ball will go back to the 12. Another loss of yardage play for the Knights. Number 11. Looked like he was going to be the one to punt. Number 20, RJ, coming in. And he's going to try to run it. And he gets a running punt and a nice one at that. And 0 for the Force. Tosses it to 15. And he pushes it upfield. Bernard Smith shoves it upfield. The ball does not go out of bounds. And the Knights get on top of it. What did I just see? Spencer, can we get a replay on that, or are we too far? What in the world? Oh, my gosh. Just beyond where we could get a replay of that series of events. And just like that, the ball is at the 45-yard line for the Knights. And our production team, they're all looking around at each other and wondering, what did we just witness? Evans looking for some room, under pressure, and he's going to throw it out of bounds to the boom box on the side of the Force. Got about 8:23 remaining in the third quarter. Force continuing to lead, 28-0. And for the Knights, ball at the 45-yard line. They're 4 wide, shotgun formation, single man in the backfield. Here we go. The quick throw to number 50. Threw him over the middle. Jackson, number 16. Let's watch that one before he's brought down by Terrace Bird. There's Evans, and he rolls around, gets rid of it quick. And look at that right there. So short run by number 13 of the Knights. But a nice play. By the Knights to get inside the 35. The ball at the 31-yard line. Evans looking for room once again. Slips down. And this one's going to cost him. Well, he breaks the tackle. Still going. And the Force rips his helmet off. So watch Evans escape this for sure. I believe that was number 23 back there, Scholier Simmons, who may have snatched that helmet off. And that was right at the 40-yard line. You got to give credit to Evans because he was under a lot of pressure. And, of course, the coach of force, talking to him and encouraging him. As they sort this out, we like to thank all of you for being with us here on a Saturday afternoon, coming to you live from Fairfield, Alabama. It's NDFL action featuring the Force versus the Alabama Knights. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. I and our whole production team thanks you for being with us. Be sure to hit that like button, ring that bell, Facebook, YouTube respectively. Link up with us on all the social medias as we bring you great football action as only Moxie Media can. And this one's taking a bit to unravel. And so let's see what we're going to have here. So we have personal foul, face mask, and that is against the Force. And they have an illegal substitution against the Knights. So we have personal foul against the Knights as well. And so that's why we're having a discussion down there, as it became a bit of an algebra problem, if you will. And right now the ball sits at the 44-yard line. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't become an official, because Miss Poteet, my algebra and trigonometry teacher in high school, always told me that I was capable of doing the work, but I was just too lazy to do the math. So better them than me, absolutely, in this instance. And the officials, they do a great job out there at taking their time on a Saturday afternoon. So we're back in play, and we've got 3 wide to the left, 4 wide. Number 11 spreads out to the right. Number 13 set, breaks blocking, and there's the give to 11, and he bounces it out deep. Number 13 of the Force in pursuit, and he sheds them. That's Chandler running it for the Knights. He'll get to the 40-yard line. Maybe that's the 39. Let's see, I got one official on the near side standing at the 39. Okay, and so that is the right spot. And that'll bring up 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 8. Oh, never mind. I'm dead wrong. I'm looking at down distance marker, turn sideways. Make that 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18, and there's the flag. And I believe there's another illegal substitution. And that penalty is going to be waved off. Not waved off, but declined, pardon me. Evans trying to find time and is under pressure. Steps out of a potential situation, but there is a flag on the field. That pass falls incomplete, and there is another flag. Well, let's see what we have here. With 4:43 remaining in the third quarter. Looks like it may have had a block in the back. Offsides by the Force. Holding. So they're offsetting. So the ball remains at the 39. Replaying the down. And make sure we get that laundry off the field. All right. Evans looking to his right. Under pressure once again and runs right into big number 33. Steps out of the tackles. Amazing. Now, look, I'm going to give Evans credit where it's due. Watch this. Trey Hayes gets a hold of Evans. Watch this. And he steps out of it, backs up before number 23 finally gets him, and that's Simmons. And that is just heart. Evans has been playing with heart the entire game while running for his life. And the ball goes to the 46-yard line. And they're having to punt it once again. You give credit where it's due. And Evans is really kind of gentle. Number 11 with the punt. He's under pressure. And that is going to be downed by Nick Christian. He's and want to give credit to number 11 as well. Chandler, number 11, I got to say, he's also been playing with heart as well. He's had some punting situations where he was under a lot of pressure and was able to get away or do something to get that kick off. I mean, there are some bright spots here for the Knights. I want to be clear about that. They've had some nifty plays, namely that one over the middle to number 16. But they have just not been able to find an answer for the Force's defense. And that being said, as far as the Force goes, they have had errors that have kept them where they were threatening to score, and they are going to have to go back and talk about that. They really have almost it would almost seem into someone watching, maybe they're just maybe arrogance is getting the better part of them in a game where they probably should have more points on the board than they do have. The pass from Calhoun is complete. Number 1 bounces it out and accelerates down the sideline and rides the tightrope. Number 1, Darren Clark, rides the tightrope. There is a flag on the field. That one's going to be coming back, I believe. But let's watch Clark as he sidesteps inside, and there's a hold. That's it. I think that's where it is. So that one's coming back. And once again, penalties, negating a touchdown, and mistakes, taking scores off the board for the Force. And you heard me say it, and the officials confirmed it. When we watched it on the replay, there was the hold. And that's a spot foul, so it'll be marked off from where it occurred. And I mean, and that's what I'm saying there is that you got to act like you've been there and act like, you're always thinking, hey, I'm only 1 point ahead. Eventually, every team runs into that proverbial buzzsaw. So they're going to go 4 wide. Number 24 getting the tough yards. Ty Dunklin will get to the 44-yard line. And with that run, it'll be 2nd and 8. Force not in a particular hurry. Clock with 2:16 on it. Remaining in the third. Pass complete to Louis. Louis bounces it back inside and accelerates. Has one man to beat. And Louis is going to score for the Force. No flags on that play. Watch as Calhoun fakes the handoff, gets it out there to Louis. Louis pretends to bounce and sucks it back inside. Cuts it back with one man to beat. 20 can't catch him. And there's the score for the Force. And, I've watched Rashad Louis over the years. I remember when he was at Shades Valley High School, and I got to witness him up close and personal against Clay Chalkville. And if you give him any kind of room or any kind of daylight, you will find yourself in chase mode. I promise you. So they're going to go for 2. There's Calhoun. Puts back inside, and that is complete to number 18, Tay Hayes. So the conversion is good. And the Force lead 34-0. With 1:55 remaining in the third. And got the score correction. It is 36-0 with the conversion. So 1:55 remaining in the third. As the sun starts making its way towards the west to set.
That's the fucking issue. That's the fucking issue.
Partly cloudy day.
What the fuck?
Number 13, Owens trying to fire his teammates up. Young getting ready to kick it off from the 35-yard line. Not a good day at all for the Knights. And I will say this, anybody that has played the Force, there's a flag, delay of game. So it'll be kicked from the 30. And whatever's going on the Knights sideline, they have got to get settled down. I mean, you still have to play the rest of the game. They're often say, you're playing for pride at a certain point. Bit of a shallow kick. That one returned by number 15. 28 brings them down. '28 of the Force, Lou Warren. We'll get credit for that tackle. Smith on the return for the Knights. Ball is at the 41-yard line. And the Knights would like to make something positive happen here. The Force getting in a basic 4-3. And just like that, Owens finds himself getting swallowed up by Steve Berry. A loss of yardage on the play puts the ball at the 38-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Knights trying to make something out of this. Evans once again under pressure, has to get rid of it, but he does. And number 23 with a valiant effort. Make that 16 on the return, pardon me. Number 16, that is Jackson on the reception. Faux pas by me, but nonetheless the turf ends up getting involved on that one. So it is 3rd down. Play gained a yard. So it's 3rd and 12. High snap. And when it rains, it pours. The Force has it. Thomas, right place, right time, scoops it up and puts it in the end zone and throws it into the air. And I think the center may have just snapped it too early. That ball is rolling, and Sims able to scoop it up and score. And we've got helmets being thrown all over the field. As the special teams comes out for the PAT. It is 42-0 with 11 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. The Force rotating personnel in and out. You've heard a lot of names today that you may not have heard because the games were a little tighter, a little closer. But everybody, and there's a flag on the field. delay of game. And fans, I'll be the first to tell you, if I hear delay of game one more time, I'm going to talk to both of those coaches. And we're going to go to a time-taking class, something. Big number 9 wanting to get on the action. Allen Robertson, the intended receiver. And at this point, you got to know, if you are the Knights and you see Allen Robertson coming out of the backfield as a receiver, you know where the mindset of the force is at this point. And fans, I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. When you got a guy that appears to be about 300 pounds coming out on a skinny, you got about a 300-pound man coming out on a skinny post or whatever, you know where the mindset of the force is. And where, and for you all that watch high school football on ESPN, if you recall the Thompson-Clay game where they call him Big Shaq out there, Jaquan McCroy, where he caught it out of the backfield on a 2-point conversion. And I guess that's what they were going for here, the force was too. To say it doesn't happen, but the game there was definitely a lot closer than this one. But let's go back. We're back onto the field. As the force gets ready to kick it off. Young there to handle the chores. With 11 seconds remaining in the third. And they onside kick it. And the force have possession. That ball, I never thought it would make it 10 yards. I cannot tell a lie. It looked more like an Easter egg roll. And the force has possession once again. And at this point, they are making a statement, leading 42-0 with an onside kick. So the ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line. And Jackson and Williams of the Knights having words. Owens coming back out there on defense. Pass intended for Bailey Lipinski. It is a low throw. Can't blame that one on him. Falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the third quarter. It is 42-0 force. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We're glad you're here with us. Coming to you live from Fairfield, Alabama. Check us out on all the social medias, YouTube, Facebook. Ring that bell, hit that like button. Tell family and friends. Moxie Media, proud to bring you NDFL action. We are your go-to source for online media sports coverage. We're going to take a quick break as they reset, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back for the final quarter of this contest. And that pass is going to be complete to number 7, Max Square. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Force. Clack at QB now. And I believe the Knights have called a timeout. As they try to get some things figured out, it looks like. Ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. It is 3rd and 1. And fans, I'll be honest with you, I would love to see y'all's comments online. I would love to see what y'all have to say, but I got to put my eyeballs out here. I don't get a chance to swipe through it. Okay, there's going to be some movement up front. And a couple of the guys from the Force looking like they got hit by lightning. Smith, number 75, he is the one with the red underwear that is showing. And number 63, those two big boys right there were just laying there. Looks like an illegal substitution by the defense. I got to give it up for Smith, big number 75. His underwear does coordinate with the uniform as there is some red in it. Clack with the toss. And that toss is going to be complete to Clark. Number 63. That's the other big Smith out there. And the Knights, they're having to be separated once again. Owens telling his teammates to calm down. Hubbard, that's number 27, has his helmet off as well. Number 20 took his jersey off. And you got players taking their jerseys off on the sideline of the Knights.
Ball game.
And that's going to be ball game, folks. That's it. 42-0. The Knights over the Force. I don't know what more I could add to this one. I don't know what more I could add to this one. Yeah. I'm not sure what we witnessed today. Obviously penalties. Let's just put that over here because that was clearly a problem for both teams. Goes without saying. For the Knights, one of the things, no matter how bad it gets, and it's tough. I'm not going to sit there and make light of it. It's tough when you find yourself down by what you were. But you have to keep your cool and find a way to make something work to try to generate a spark. And they had a couple of moments like that. That they did. But when you have players kind of going at each other, you got to get control of the team, and that's something I'm sure they can do. They'll go home. They'll talk about it. They didn't get here by accident. The Force, they've got some things they need to work on. And I guarantee you, if they're watching this, they know that that's what they've got to do. So getting the onside kick with 42 points up, what kind of message are you sending in the league? You kind of, you are the force. You got a target on your back. They all know who you are. Are you trying to put a bigger target on your back? Who are you trying to motivate? That's my question. I understand, you take the opportunities to practice, to things like that when you have those opportunities, and sometimes in games like this. But when you're up 42-0, I'll leave that to the coaches to decide. That's just one man's opinion. Nonetheless, I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We're glad you hung out with us today. It was a great day for football action with NDFL. We want to thank the NDFL for allowing us to broadcast the games. Hit that like button, ring that bell. You guys have a very, very happy and wonderful Resurrection Day, Easter, whichever suits you. But God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you on the next one.